Boom, get ready for a whirlwind of news. Barcelona absolutely dominates Newcastle in the Champions League, sparking fan meltdowns and calls for major changes. Plus, we've got the inside scoop on the Barcelona versus Newcastle, starting lineups and key team news. But wait, there's more. We're diving deep into Barcelona's stunning victory, but is their leaky defense a ticking time bomb? And finally, Eddie Howe is feeling the heat at Newcastle with an urgent response needed after that devastating Barcelona defeat. Stick around, you don't want to miss this. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell.
Looking for a fast-charging, ultra-responsive stylus for your iPad? Meet the 2X Fast Charge Active Stylus Pen, designed for 2018 to 2025 Apple iPads. Take your creativity and productivity to the next level. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Newcastle fans have reached a major decision after a catastrophic 7-2 thrashing by Barcelona in the Champions League. This devastating loss in the second leg of their Champions League last 16 tie has sent shockwaves through the fanbase, with many now calling for manager Eddie Howe to be replaced. Despite twice equalizing in the first half through Anthony Elanga and Anthony Gordon, Newcastle crumbled in the second half, conceding 4 more goals to suffer a humiliating aggregate defeat. Fans took to social media in droves, with many expressing their frustration and calling for Howe's departure. Eddie Howe out. If this team loses the derby, he should be sacked on the spot, one fan declared, while another stated, "Thank you, Eddie Howe, time to move on in the summer." The sentiment was echoed by many, with the team's inconsistent performances and defensive frailties highlighted as major concerns. This season has seen Newcastle struggle, currently sitting 9th in the Premier League, and the heavy defeat to Barcelona has intensified the pressure on Howe. Will Newcastle bounce back from this Champions League humiliation? Stay tuned as we break down the team news that set the stage for this epic clash. The stage was set for a Champions League showdown between Barcelona and Newcastle, and the team news is in. Barcelona made crucial adjustments, recalling Lamine Yamal, Eric Garcia, and Fermin Lopez to bolster their squad. Meanwhile, Newcastle United welcomed back Sandro Tonali from illness, a significant boost for their midfield. Key players like Kieran Trippier, Dan Burn, Joelinton, and Anthony Elanga also returned to the starting lineup, signaling their intent for the crucial second leg. The starting Zeiss revealed a tactical battleground, Barcelona opting for a mix of experience and emerging talent, while Newcastle aimed to leverage their returning stars. The inclusion of Yamal for Barcelona and the return of Tonali for Newcastle were particularly noteworthy, promising dynamic play in the midfield and attacking third. The substitutions benches also hinted at potential game-changing options for both managers. These lineups hinted at the thrilling encounter that was to unfold. But how did Barcelona's attacking might truly overwhelm Newcastle's defense? We've got the full breakdown next. Barcelona delivered a stunning attacking masterclass, overpowering Newcastle United with a resounding 7-2 victory, but questions linger about their defensive vulnerabilities. This dominant performance in the Champions League last 16 saw Barcelona cruise to an 8-3 aggregate win, showcasing the incredible attacking talent of Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Fermin Lopez, and Robert Lewandowski. Yamal was instrumental, scoring a penalty and assisting multiple goals, while Rafinha contributed 2 goals and 2 assists. Lewandowski rediscovered his scoring touch with a brace, becoming the oldest player to score twice in a Champions League match. The electric atmosphere at Spotify Camp Nou, filled with fans for the first time in a major knockout tie since 2019, fueled Barcelona's ambition to win their first Champions League title in a decade. However, Newcastle exploited defensive lapses from Barcelona, particularly in the first half, with Anthony Elanga scoring twice. Barcelona has now conceded 2 or more goals in 4 of their last 7 Champions League knockout home games, raising concerns about their backline despite their formidable attack. The departure of several players due to injury during the match, including Eric Garcia and goalkeeper Joan Garcia, further highlighted these defensive concerns. Despite these issues, Barcelona's strategy appears to be outscoring opponents, a tactic that has yielded 30 goals in 10 Champions League games this season. Can Barcelona's potent offense overcome their defensive frailties on the road to the title? Eddie Howe's job is on the line after this thrashing. Find out what's next for Newcastle. Eddie Howe is under immense pressure at Newcastle United, with an immediate response desperately needed following their Champions League humiliation against Barcelona. The 7-2 thrashing at the hands of Barcelona has amplified the struggles of Newcastle's season, underlining the team's limitations at the highest level. With their Champions League dreams extinguished, the focus now shifts to a crucial Tyne-Wear derby against Sunderland this Sunday. A defeat in this derby, especially after the shambolic performance against Barcelona, would undoubtedly intensify scrutiny on Howe's management. Despite mitigating factors throughout the season, excuses are wearing thin. Newcastle's previous encounter with Sunderland saw a dismal performance, and another insipid display would pile on the pressure. Howe himself acknowledged the need to learn from the Barcelona defeat, stating, "We've got to deal with this very quickly and move on to Sunday. We have to play as if our lives depend on it." The upcoming derby is not just about bragging rights. It's a critical test of the team's resilience and a barometer for the future of Howe's tenure on Tyneside. The way Newcastle responds on Sunday will speak volumes about what lies ahead. Will Newcastle show the fight needed to silence the critics? That's all the news for today. Don't go anywhere, we've got a quick recap and a huge call to action coming up next. And that's a wrap on today's explosive news. We saw Barcelona utterly dismantle Newcastle in the Champions League, leading to fan fury and calls for Eddie Howe's exit. We dove into the crucial team news that shaped that massive Barcelona victory. We analyzed Barcelona's attacking brilliance, but questioned their shaky defense after the Newcastle thrashing. And we saw Eddie Howe facing intense pressure at Newcastle, with an urgent response needed after that devastating loss. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to news for all your breaking updates, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment. Let us know your thoughts on these stories in the comments below, and follow us on all our social media channels for even more exclusive content. We'll see you in the next one.